Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the process of photosynthesis in your syllabus of metabolism first. Now, all of us know that all the living organism to live, to sustain, they require energy, right? This energy we get it from producers, which are the plants, right? In five kingdom system, we have studied that plants are the producer, animals they are the consumer, and microorganisms are the decomposer. But beside producer, all living organism, okay, we depend upon the producers, and all the living organism they depend on one basic process, and that is the photosynthesis, in which the food which is required, that is required for all the living organism, that is get synthesized. This we can call it as the synthesis of carbohydrate also. Okay, how carbohydrates, sugars, they are going to synthesize. Now, if we break this word photosynthesis, we come to know that photo means light and synthesis simply means the formation. So here, certain sugars, certain carbohydrates, they are going to form, they are going to synthesize by utilizing the photons or sunlight, okay, with the help of chlorophyll pigment. Now, we studied the anatomy of the plant, right? In that we know that in any plant cell, 10 to 50 chloroplast can be there, right? Let me draw this. See, if consider these as the plant cells, okay? Now these are the plant cells. In that chloroplast are present. 10 to 50 chloroplast may be there, right? So in each cell there may be 10 to 50 chloroplast present, right? Now if we look at only the chloroplast, okay, if we zoom this structure only, this chloroplast, which is the double membrane, all of us know that it is the double membrane structure, right? So this chloroplast, the fluid that is present inside this space of this chloroplast, okay, it is called as stroma. It is called as stroma, okay. Now this chloroplast will have certain stalks present, a bunch of stalk is there, okay. It may be like this, certain can be there, certain present here only, okay. So this bunch or the bunch of the stalk, each individual is called as thylakoid, okay. इसके हर एक इंडिविजुअल को हम बोलते हैं thylakoid, and collectively we call them as grana, okay. Collectively we call them as grana. Now inside this thylakoid or the thylakoidal space, it is called as the thylakoidal space, it is called as the lumen, okay. So this is very basic anatomy that we have learned in our 12th also, right? So consider these as plant cells, then it contains 10 to 50 chloroplast. Now in that we are zooming to one chloroplast, okay. Now inside chloroplast, which is double membrane, so this fluid which is present inside that chloroplast, we call it as stroma, right? Then certain stalks are present inside that chloroplast. So each stalk, that individual stalk is called as thylakoid, and the bunch of this thylakoid is called as grana, right? Now the space which is present inside this thylakoid, if I can zoom in one thylakoid, so this space or the fluid that is present in the one thylakoid, we call it as lumen, okay. So keep this in your mind for further reference, right? Now coming back to the photosynthesis process, okay. If we look at the general equation of the photosynthesis, okay, it will be like carbon dioxide. We are plants that utilize carbon dioxide and water in this process of photosynthesis. They utilizes carbon dioxide and water with the energy that they are receiving from the photons, that means sunlight, right? So by utilizing carbon dioxide, water and photon, our carbohydrates or sugars, they are going to synthesize. So if we look at the general formula of the carbohydrates, it will be like CH2O, okay, and oxygen. That is a very essential gas for us, all of us, okay. And this process, that's why we call photosynthesis, that photosynthesis maintains the equilibrium in our atmosphere or environment, right? Now equilibrium of, that means they are consuming CO2 here and releasing oxygen, which is required for all of us, right? So let's balance this equation first. See, NCO2 will be there, right? Now NCO2, so you have to give this CH2 by N, or NH2 are there, right? And CH2ON and N oxygens will be there. Now this is, I think, balanced equation, okay. So this is the very general equation of photosynthesis. Now all of us give the one general equation, that is 6CO2 plus 12H2O. So that number may vary, okay, it depends on which type of carbohydrate it finally it is going to synthesize, right? So general equation, if we want to give, it will be like NCO2 plus NH2O plus photon. In presence of chlorophyll pigments, it will give CH2ON plus NO2, okay. Now this process of photosynthesis, it looks that much simpler, but it is not actually that much simpler, okay. It consists of many steps, many events takes place, one by one event takes place, and then we get this carbohydrate that is our food, okay. So it is not that much simple process. So broadly, if we look at the photosynthesis process, we can divide it into two steps, and that the steps are, first, which reactions are taking place in photosynthesis. So first is the light reaction, okay, first part will be the light reaction, and second part, it will be your dark reaction. Now this dark reaction does not means that all these events which will take place in this dark reaction, that means Kelvin cycle more particularly, so that does not means that they will occur in night or in dark. It's just only thing that this reaction does not require light, that means they will not require the energy which is coming from light, okay. And that's why we call it as light independent reaction, right? So firstly, we will look at these light reactions. What events takes place in this first part of photosynthesis, right? So firstly, if we define light reaction, very generally, very commonly, if we define light reaction, then we will find out that in light reaction, photons enter into the chloroplast, okay. Photons will enter into the chloroplast. So light reaction, first component is your photons, they are entering, because the basic energy that is required for further process, they are obtaining from a light, and that's why the general theme of photosynthesis is like solar energy gets converted into chemical energy. That is the general theme which we always tells, right? So photons is the first component that will enter into the light reaction, and that's why it is the light reaction, okay, because it is dependent on the energy that is coming from this sunlight, okay. So photons, they are entering. Similarly, water is entering here. Look at this water, okay. So water will get oxidized. Now this is the only place where oxidation of water takes place. It is very difficult to oxidize water, as this oxygen is very electronegative, and that's why it is very hard that to oxidize the water. But here oxidation of water takes place and oxygen get released here, okay. So what are the components of this light reaction? So photon and water, okay, entering into this reaction, photon and water. Now from oxidation of water, oxygen is getting released, and finally what will get produced from this light reaction? That means what are the products of light reaction? So main products, okay, actually these are the byproducts of this light reaction, but for further dark reaction to happen, मींस इस जो ये जो बाई प्रोडक्ट है इसके अलावा ये डार्क रिएक्शन नहीं हो सकेगी. So that's why ATP, NADPH, which are the byproduct or you may say product of the light reaction that enters into the dark reaction, or you may say light independent reactions. Okay, clear to this part, right? So we'll now move on to the in dark reaction we are going to study this process very detailed in next video, right? Here I am just summarizing what we are going to learn in next video. So light reactions and dark reactions, so that we are going to see in detail. Here what happens actually in dark reaction, so all of us know that Kelvin cycle, which will first synthesize or which will first fix the atmospheric carbon dioxide into the 3 carbon component or 3 carbon compound, right? So that is the G3P, or you may say it as pgal, okay, phosphoglyceraldehyde you may say it, or glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, the one and the same thing, okay? And then further chain will get formed, and that chain when elongate it will certain form or synthesize certain carbohydrate. So that is the part of dark reaction. Here we are looking at the light reaction in this video. So what is happening actually? Now remember we studied this structure, this basic anatomy of plants. In that, plant cell having chloroplast, okay, which I have explained earlier. Now we will zoom one thylakoid here. I am going to zoom this thylakoid, okay, this portion. If I can say this one, this portion, I will make a box, right? So now I am zooming in this process, okay, I am zooming in this part, right? Now see here, this is the box we are looking at, okay, this is the box, okay. Again I will remind you, the fluid that is present inside the chloroplast, that means the chloroplast space, it is stroma, right? Then the space that is present inside the thylakoid, it is lumen, okay, keep in this mind. Now this is the zooming portion of the chloroplast, okay, or one thylakoid you may say, right? Here stroma is present, so this part, this part, this is our stroma, right? This is, and this is the lumen part, so inside the thylakoid, which we have denoted here, lumen, okay. So this is the lumen part, right? So this is the box. Now what is happening in light reaction actually? See, there are photosystem second, okay, inside the chloroplast. Of that chloroplast absorbs sunlight, we know all that, okay. So they can absorb all the wavelengths of lights except the green light, and that's why they appear as to the green, okay, because they are reflecting green light, and that's why plants or leaves appear green to us, right? So these photons, that means chloroplast, which is absorbing the sunlight, so these photons, they are entering into the chloroplast, right? As soon as they will enter the chloroplast, they will first reach to the photosystem second, right? Now here is one interesting fact is there. We call this as photosystem second, but the role of this photosystem comes first. That means photons will enter here only first to the photosystem second. मुझे यहाँ पे ये कहना है कि photosystem second हम कह रहे हैं उसको, लेकिन उसका रोल जो है photosystem second का, PS second का, वो photosystem first से पहले आता है. Only the thing that it has discovered later, that's why it is named as photosystem second, okay. So photons will first reach to the photosystem second, okay. Here photosystem second, it will accept these electrons, or it will accept these photons, and the electrons that are present here, they will go to the higher energy state, right? So now what is the higher energy state? See, any electron, right? Here I will draw it. Assume this is a electron, this is a electron. Now as soon as this electron will get energy, it will go to the excited state. It will go to the excited state. That means from ground state, okay, from ground state, nothing state, it is going to the excited state. Okay, excited state is the energy state, energy carrying state of this electron. Means it has got the energy from photons, that is coming from the photons. It has accepted that energy and it goes to the excited state, right? So this is also happening in this case. Okay, so photons, when they enters to the PS second, the electrons that are present here, they excites. Okay, they go to the excited state, higher energy state, right? Now this electron, when they receives this energy, they will travel further. Okay, they will go one by one component, they will travel through one by one component. The cytochrome P4 cytochrome system is there. Okay, so they will go through one by one component. As they travel from one component to another component, they will lose their energy. Okay, they are going to lose their energy. Now see, as these electrons, they are traveling, which are in higher energy state. Okay, as they travels, they go on losing their energy and finally reaches to the ground state. Okay, this energy that is released from electron, this energy which will release from this electron, it will cause these protons that are present in stroma, okay, these H plus ions, these protons will get pumped into the lumen. Okay, why this is happening? Because the energy, the electrons, they are traveling from one component to another component, and while doing so they are losing energy. This energy will pump these hydrogen ions, or you may say protons, H plus ions, they are pumping into the lumen. Means from stroma these protons will pump inside the lumen. Okay, now this will happen till your electron reaches to the photosystem first. Again here they will get excited by the energy or getting from photons. So again they will get excited here. Again this proton will get pumped into the lumen. So this higher concentration gradient of proton will get formed here, right? This higher concentration gradient of proton will get formed here. Now this concentration gradient of proton, as these protons have entered from stroma to lumen, what will happen? Again these protons, they will go back to the stroma due to the concentration gradient. They will have to go back to the stroma. So the channel through which they can enter back into the stroma is the ATP synthase. Okay, this is the channel from where this proton can again enter back to the stroma. Right, now when this proton travels from lumen to stroma, back to the stroma, okay, what they does, they drive this ATP synthase. This is the ATP synthase complex. Okay, ATP synthase, this enzyme, this complex is responsible for the synthesis of ATP. Okay, so when these protons, they are entering back to the stroma from lumen, they will drive this ATP synthase complex. Okay, and what will happen then? This ATP synthase will synthesize ATP from ADP plus 1 inorganic phosphate. So ADP plus 1 inorganic phosphate will give ATP, and in this way ATP will get generated along with NADPH. Okay, along with NADPH. This we will see in detail in our electron transport chain. So in that video you will understand the whole mechanism, how this ATP or how this proton concentration gradient is responsible for driving this ATP synthase, and how this ATP synthase is then synthesizing ATP from ADP plus and inorganic phosphate. Okay, so be clear with this. This is the very general overview of the light reaction, right? So I will stop here for today, and then we will cover the dark reaction portion in next video. Okay, thank you.